And welcome back to the rest of the story. This is the result of us getting done with silage. They also had a bunch of round bales to get made yet that night. So once I got done taking out or unloading the last load of silage, Ryan's grandpa asked me if I'd help him haul in hay. Well, round bales this time. And I figured, heck, no problem. It allowed me to get, I'll put all my 4230 experience from that earlier day into good use. A power shift transmission works really great for loader work. Seems how the tractor's got plenty of use on it. Everything's a little bit easier to shift, and everything doesn't really detent quite like it used to. But not talking against the tractor, that actually helps as far as doing a lot of backing up and shifting gears and everything else. I have no idea how many bales we ended up getting made or hauled in that night. I do know we started at 4:30, and I believe it was 10:30 by the time I got home. I get sure. I don't know. I think I left there right around 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we didn't make too bad a time for the amount of ground that we covered. We got in all their hay that they needed done, or all the hay that they had cut, and they were very grateful that we got it all made before all that rain we ended up getting. The first load that we went through and hauled in, we were coming back from this hay shed here, you'll see later in the video, and I thought we were done. You could literally, the whole sky had turned black to the west of us, and you could literally see rain falling. And take a good look, because I don't think I have too many shots of the 4430 and the round baler. That's a 567 that they bought a few years ago, and he put a bunch of work into it. And like these Deere balers, you put a little bit of work into even a relatively well-used machine, and they can run for another 5, 8, 10, 12,000 bales. But like I was saying about coming up back from unloading that first load of hay, the rain that we saw coming from the west, I thought we were done. We had only, as far as baling, they only had, I don't even think he had the second load baled yet, and I thought we were done. And by the time we had that second load loaded up onto the trailer, it had kind of dispersed a little bit and kind of shifted up to the north of us, and we were able to avoid anything too significant, well, anything at all. By the time I went home, it was completely dark out, and it was lightning pretty consistently to the north of us. I guess north of Lancaster, which is about 10 minutes from us, was getting a fairly heavy shower, I guess. But anybody that's wondering why I was not hauling a bale on the front of the 4230 here, well, the thing is, when it's not your equipment, you're not going to abuse it. Maybe abusing isn't the right word, but you're not going to use it quite like you use your own equipment. And I'm glad I decided not to, because where we were taking them, there isn't anything on video. Or at least I don't think I caught it. But we ended up having to go down through a creek, and I did not want to have to cross that with a bale in the front of this 42, because the back end of this tractor has no counterweight on it. It doesn't have any fluid in the back end, doesn't have any cast weights on the rear rims or anything, and you could really feel these bales hanging off the front of this tractor. Definitely even when you're turning it. It was a lot easier to turn this machine with the machine going forward or reverse, because the tires did not, you kind of had to work a little bit to get the tires to turn when you're sitting still. And anybody that thinks this shed is not that big, it's really deceiving. It is a very long shed, and plus the fact that they already have the larger portion of it already filled. We didn't even get it filled when we were done hauling bales that night. It holds a lot of hay, and this is only the second time since I've known Ryan that I'm pretty sure this is the only second time I've ever been in this building, and it's really deceiving. I pass it on the road all the time, or at least you can see it, and it just doesn't look as long as it really is, because just looking straight onto a building, you really don't get the full magnitude of how long this building really is. And it might seem like we have a lot of hay in here as it is, but he did tell me when Ryan showed up, my friend Ryan, This side of the shed here to the right, they will probably end up filling that full of hay also. They don't overwinter cattle in there anymore like they used to, and all the hay that they can get under a shelter roof that they can, the better. So you're gonna see the 4250 moving bales here too. Anybody that's been watching my Instagram account, I've been kind of giving little bits of hints and updates as to what I'm up to and all that. And anybody that's was keeping track of my account that day, I was posting a couple videos. I don't know if I got too many pictures out, but this is something that doesn't. Well, I shouldn't say that. This helping my friend Ryan out, his family out, is not something that I do a whole lot. I did help him a little bit earlier on this spring, but probably not to quite as the magnitude that I did just today. We went everything from hauling grain, which I have no video footage of, to chopping silage to hauling round bales. Now, I don't really get carried away helping other farmers. There's a select few that if they ask me to help them, I would help them, and this is one of those cases. The other thing is too, it is getting harder and harder nowadays to find hired help or farm hands in general that are able to run farm machinery competently. I mean, I didn't get much. How do I explain this? I didn't get a whole lot of instructions as far as what I was supposed to do this day when I was here. I was literally going completely off of my own experiences and my own knowledge as far as what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. I didn't get any instructions on how to stack these bales in or haul silage or anything else like that. It comes pretty standard knowledge for anybody. I mean, like hauling hay. Believe it or not, like if you can see, watch when John he pulls up and he tries to stop so the bale, well, as best you can, so the bale carrier is right in front of me, so that way I don't have to maneuver too much when I'm setting the bale on. It's kind of hard to find a lot of people anymore that are knowledgeable like that. It's one of those things that just comes natural that it's instinct. You know what you should do, and like hauling in silage, it's been 5 years since I've hauled silage, and it was like riding a bike. I knew exactly what I should be doing and everything else like that without any instruction at all. And to be quite honest, I don't know how many people I would be willing to trust hauling in silage, because that is, if you're not watching what you're doing, you can get hurt relatively quickly doing that. I almost lost my hand once, probably 7 or 8 years ago, on our own operation when I was hauling in silage. I mean, it's quick. You can get hurt incredibly easy, faster than you could probably acknowledge it in your head. But yeah, there's kind of a premium for people that are able to help on farms and are able to know what they're doing without having to be there and hold their hands. Anyway, I broke the 4230. Well, I didn't really break it. It just happened to break when I was running it. All I did was I blew a hose on the back end of the tractor that controls the loader, because the loaders go to the rear SCVs on this particular machine. All it was is it caught on the rear arm. It's a really simple fix, but really nothing. I mean, yeah, oh crap, I broke it, but it really wasn't anything that was particularly my fault. It was just regular wear and tear. And same thing with this 4250. I had the choice between the 42 and the 4250 or the 30, and I went with the tractor I've been running all day. My friend Ryan, who's running the 4250 right now, that is his favorite machine for loading bales, and I can see why. I didn't know I could get away with that, setting bales in the bale carrier from the other side of the carrier, because I can't do that with a 42. So, well, that's all I got for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch.